Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. So today, I wanted to have a discussion on how powerful is Sun's Semblance. As always, I will be rating it upon its performance, how well it has done in the past, both the good and the bad to the Semblance, and that will tell us overall how powerful Sun's Semblance is. So sit back, relax, I hope you all enjoy, and let's go ahead and get started. Looking at the semblance of the leader of Team Sun and that handsome stallion Sun Wukong himself, looking at the semblance, it's a very interesting semblance to say the least. Via Sun is capable of creating clones much like Blake's, but unlike Blake's at the same time, he is able to attack with them while Blake is able to use hers to avoid attacks. More so, Blake's are used to take the hit, while Sun's are actually used more in an offensive manner. These clones that Sun are able to generate, they will give him more power that he wouldn't actually be able to bring by himself to a fight. So say if Sun doesn't have the power to take on something by himself, he can actually be able to summon these clones forth, which is his semblance, and attack with them, giving him a bit more power. Now, while he does this, he does have to stay still, so it does give him a moment of vulnerability if he's not able to use the clones effectively. So if he's not able to defend himself, that's already a problem in itself. But at the same time, if you remember whenever they were fighting Roman Torchwick with the Elysian Paladin 290, his clones were used against Roman, but they were ineffective against the Elysian Paladin 290, showing that they weren't strong enough to actually put in a dent to the mech itself. So it shows you that while it is able to provide some extra strength, at the same time, it wasn't enough to really do much at that point in time. Now, of course, over time, it seems like Sun has gotten stronger with his semblance, considering that he was actually able to use his semblance to actually help the Si Fei Long's head to be redirected from a blast that was about to hit it. And so it shows you that in between Volumes 2 and Volume 4, that, yes, Sun had gotten stronger with the semblance, and he was able to actually use the clones to protect the ship. But at the same time, what we also see here is that when Sun does generate these clones, there is also a problem here. And it seems that it does put strain on Sun, and that it does seem to deplete his aura faster than what would usually happen if he was getting hit by attacks or not using his semblance. So that's the big thing, is that it seems like Sun does have a bit of a stamina issue when it comes to using his own semblance. And at the same time, if you recall, whenever they were going up against Ilya in Volume 4, the big thing was Sun used 4 clones to try to tie down Ilya. And after that had happened, he then got tired out, which seemed to really deplete his aura. Thus, then allowing Ilya to attack Sun, putting a fatal wound on him when she stabbed him and electrocuted him, thus showing us that his aura depleted very swiftly once he used those 4 clones to actually try to hold Ilya down. Therefore telling us that this takes a lot of aura to actually try to generate these clones, and the more clones he creates, the more aura he starts to drain away, thus leading him into a much more vulnerable spot to being injured without having aura. And not only that, but it seems like it does strain him a bit when it comes to stamina. It seems like his own body by itself has this issue of trying to maintain these clones, considering that they can only be there for so long because it's draining his aura at one time. Therefore, he does need to train a bit more with it. But at the same time, while this is a problem, Sun does seem to be able to fight very well on his own, so whenever he is actually using his clones, even though he has to stand very still and he has to watch his aura whenever he is using these clones, they still do produce some power. So there is still a benefit to the clones despite having this aura drain issue when he's actually using his semblance. But he always has to be weary nonetheless. And one cool fact about this semblance is that his semblance is actually based off the powers of Sun Wukong from A Journey to the West. Now, what Sun Wukong could actually do within the story is that he had the ability to create clones of himself if he were to actually rip off strands of his own hair. So from those strands of hair, he could actually generate clones, which is actually very interesting considering that that was what Sun's character was based off of in the first place. So I thought that was a unique little trivia lesson there as well. But overall, if I had to rate Sun's Semblance, it would be tier 2. It would be a skilled tier because while Sun does have to stand still to use this, it does give him more power that he wouldn't actually be able to have on his own. At the same time, it is a good support Semblance when it comes to trying to help out allies, but it does come with its faults, because the faults are this does drain his aura much faster than it naturally would, and it seems like his stamina isn't able to maintain much of the semblance for very long. And if Sun uses more clones, say if he uses more than 2, then the drain becomes worse and worse up until he loses his aura and then he gets attacked like he did when it came to Ilium. And it has shown that over time it seems that the semblance has gotten stronger, which is a plus. But it's not enough to make a top-notch tier, but it's not enough to make the lowest tier either. I'd just say it's in the skilled range because it's pretty good for what it is. It's a good offensive, and it is a good support semblance. So I think Sun does have a pretty good semblance there. But anyways, let me know what you think down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. And if you did enjoy, hit the video with a like. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Share this video with your friends if you found this informative or useful. And follow me on Discord. Link is in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you. And have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.